When you write something, you really need to put yourself in the audience perspective.
When you kind of write the music, or when you send out that music, that kind of creates an identity within the music that the B&B plays.
So it's like a split role thing.
Yeah, kind of like a Hocket type thing.
Essentially, it's researching and writing for the Blugold Marching Band drumline music. So essentially what the student and I do is we collaborate and discuss how to write the marching band drumline music for the season.
To straight eighth notes. I've been in the B&B for, this will be my 4th year, and this is my first year as the drumline arranger and writer. I write for all the sections in the drumline, so the snares, quads, the toms, the basses, and the cymbals. So that's part of the research, is just knowing what the B&B is about to play. And then the next part is kind of figuring out how to put that into a drumline form.
The stereotypical, things that are drawn up when you use the term research is science, based in the lab, some kind of analytical things. And so for us, it's very similar in the overall idea, but really it's creative based. And so what we do is we really dig into, let's find last year's music and really analyze it. Let's talk about its structure. Let's talk about its rhythmic basis. Let's talk about, how it functions within the show, impact points of the band that are quiet. What does the drumline do? So what we really look into is sort of what, if we listen to music, we sort of just respond to it and go like, oh, that worked really well. I like to go, great, it did work really well. Why? And so we do that research into not only previous marching band shows, but to other colleges and just drumline music and composition really in general. And so we get into sort of the nuts and bolts of that. So really for us, the research is just looking at something and going, let's pick this apart. Let's pull it all the way down as if we had to recreate this as best as we could ourselves, with the new show, which is what we do. Yes, right, that is something that's better.
The opener is a classic medley, and then we move into Can't Help Falling in Love with You, and then the closer is a Lizzo medley. Writing the book has definitely taught me how to kind of set aside my own personal biases. I'd really want this really cool bass lick here, or this really cool, cymbal part, or a really cool snare part. But sometimes you have to set that aside and focus on what the ensemble needs as a whole. That's been a really great skill for me to learn, is to just focus on the holistic sound that the ensemble is producing. I've met some really great people. I think that some of my best friends are on the snare line with me, standing right next to me. And that's been a really great opportunity to build those connections, really find where I fit in the university.